Couple. We come to you from sportsbookreview.com. It's Monday of week 7 in college football. We're talking with Troy West from allplayswin.com. The game that Troy's going to cover with us right now, I'm sure this might be the most debated game, wind up being the most debated game this week. Stanford and Notre Dame. Mike Brenner has already given an opinion on this one, liking Stanford at plus 2.5 or 3.
But I didn't make it an official because of what you filled me in on McCaffrey.
Oh, that's
so
right.
I came
You didn't make it
said,
official.
I'm going to wait and see.
That's right.
Yeah,
I forgot about that.
For that.
You were about to make it official.
Yes.
Right. I totally forgot about that.
2.5.
Troy West, Mike Brenner was about to give Stanford, but then I told him that McCaffrey, not that he's out, but that he's definitely banged up, having some health issues, and that was enough to pull Mike Brenner off. I mean, what do you think? It seems that, like right now, Notre Dame is a true mess, and Stanford just had 2 tough assignments, and this is a big bounce-back spot for them. They can get it done. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm actually going to side with the home team in this one. You do. You got 2 teams right now, 2 elite football teams that are no longer elite. And it's bad versus bad right now. Brian Kelly's guys, but tough game to go play in a hurricane. That game, to me personally, shouldn't have been played, but that's another story. But very, very tough loss against NC State last week. They lose 10-3. Who knows what that would have been if the weather were permitted. Stanford, on the other hand, to lose 42-10 at home against Washington State is so far from acceptable. It's not even funny. This team has hit rock bottom, 44-6. And followed back by 42-10. I don't see them bouncing back. If they couldn't bounce back at home against Washington State, how are they going to go on the road and beat the Irish? Notre Dame still got a lot of good talent on that team. Brian Kelly's a great, great football coach. I think he'll have them ready to at least win this game at home. They're going to cover this small margin. Like you said, McCaffrey, he's just not right. These last few games, he's been far from what McCaffrey is. We'll see if he plays. I think he will play, but he's not up to speed. He's been a disaster. Their quarterback situation's an absolute disaster, and they can't even play defense right now. So for me, they're the worst of the 2. Notre Dame's at home. I'll side with the Irish here.
Now, with that being said, Troy, all right, Notre Dame, I just read an article today that, and rightfully so, this coach is on the hot seat over there. He has not really come out and said what he thinks of his quarterback play last week, which is not much of anything. But is it Kaiser or is this Malik Zaire or whatever, however you pronounce it? Who's going to get the go in this game, do you think?
I think it still will be Kaiser only because, last game they were playing in a swimming pool, for God's sake.
No doubt.
I think he gives him one more opportunity to see what he can do, and I still think he's a great quarterback. I think Notre Dame will do enough. They've shown signs of being good this year. They really have. They've shown flashes of being a good football team, but I do think they'll get it right. I think right now Stanford's not right in any aspect of the game. Their defense is bad. Their offense is bad. They can't run the ball. Nothing's good for Stanford right now.
When did they show flashes of being good? You mean against Nevada?
Against Nevada, hey, they put up 47 points against Texas. They
in overtime,
put up against Michigan State. They put up a fight, and then last week was just a unique situation against NC State. But they've shown signs that they can move the football. There's no doubt about it.
I don't know. My sense is that the failures of Stanford are much more forgivable than the failures of Notre Dame. I mean, Stanford, look, they're 2 big losses, but this Washington State
at home to Washington State. Washington State's one of the worst teams in college football, and they lost 42-10 to them at home.
Washington State's one of the worst teams in college football.
Michigan State is worse than Washington State. Washington State would whoop Michigan State. You can't gauge Notre Dame against Michigan State because I got a feeling the 3 of us in this room could score on Michigan State with all due respect. But
Washington State, one of the worst teams in college football. Can I quote you on that?
Yes, you could quote me on it. They lost to Eastern Washington. They lost to a junior high school team out here in Eastern Washington. They gave 50-plus points week 1 against Eastern Washington. I'm telling you, this Washington State team's not good.
But there's one other thing that you guys, I haven't mentioned. You got to take this into play. There's a mess in the locker room at Notre Dame, and you got players that do not like this coach that want him out, and they will not fucking play it down for him, all right? Not all of them, but there's some. So now you have a big disruption in the locker room of a very bad team, in my eyes, that has no quarterback. Be honest with that kid does nothing to impress me this year whatsoever except for 1 flash in 2 series in a row, 3 games back. All right, again, that's my opinion. And if you got players that ain't playing for a coach and a home field that has 0 advantage right now whatsoever and hadn't had it in about 12, 13 games, I don't know, guys. I'm anxious to see this one. I can't wait. And I got a feeling Stanford might go out there and get that win.
I don't know. I think if you put Washington State and Idaho on a neutral field, the line is pick 'em. The line is pick 'em, I think.
I got you.
Two of the worst teams in college.
You know what? That's why we play the game, and that's why we love doing it.
I mean, I feel like Notre Dame's loss to Duke, even though it was close, is way more embarrassing than Stanford getting blown out.
That coach is so far gone. He's gone.
All right. Yeah. Well, anyway, Troy West, we're not going to be able to talk you off of it. Troy West liking a Notre Dame -2.5, right, Troy?
Yep, indeed. We'll be excited to talk about this one next
Yes,
week.
we will.
Heck yeah,
we
buddy.
will. This will be good. Troy West's website is allplayswin.com. Troy West, tell us what we can find there.
Hey, thanks a lot. Come take a look. We really started catching fire. 17-4 in the Pac-12. We're doing great things in the NFL as well. Come take a look at what we're doing at allplayswin.com. I'm very accessible. You can email me at allplayswin@live.com. Come take a look at what we're doing. We're doing big things.
Thanks, Troy.
Thanks, Troy, and great work in the Pac-12, my man. Keep it up.
Do your research before you bet. Check out our ratings guide to see which books have the best ratings and sign-up bonuses. Open up several accounts. Shop for lines at sbrodds.com. Always be ahead of the game.